Welcome to the deep dive. We take a whole stack of sources, pull out the really key nuggets, and basically tailor them just for you. Today, we're plunging into a trend that's, well, pretty fascinating how natural rock elements are increasingly finding their way into our homes. Seriously, get ready, because in 2025, things like stone, pebbles, raw geological textures, they're not just accents anymore, they're really taking center stage. So our mission today, let's unpack why these, timeless materials are hitting home, literally, right now, and how they can genuinely transform your living spaces.
Yeah, and it really is about so much more than just how it looks, isn't it? This trend, it hints at something deeper, I think, a collective desire maybe, this craving to reconnect with nature, find some grounding in our lives, which are just so digital, so fast sometimes.
Okay, let's really get into that why now question then. Natural rock, it just brings this undeniable sense of permanence, earthiness. It creates this perfect counterpoint to all the screens.
Yeah.
And they've got this tactile richness. Synthetics just can't replicate that feel. What always amazes me is how versatile they are. You could have a super sleek contemporary place
Mhm.
or a really rustic farmhouse vibe. Natural rock somehow bridges that gap beautifully. And, maybe the best part, no two pieces are ever the same. Gives your space real character, completely unique.
What's truly fascinating there, I think, is how it taps into this deeper societal thing. It's not just, oh, nature is nice. It's like, especially after recent years, the home became even more of a sanctuary, right? So there's this amplified need for grounding,
Mm.
permanence. It's almost like a quiet pushback against, fast fashion, but for homes.
Mhm.
Disposable trends. People want things that last. Sustainable investments. I actually redid my own bathroom a few years back, swapped out the standard tile for natural slate.
Oh,
And the feeling, it was immediate. It just felt different, profound even. It went from just a room to something, well, rooted. It literally rooted the space.
that's a perfect example. It really shows how these earth-centric materials offer such distinct advantages. It's way more than just looking good. First, you've got those earth tones. They naturally reduce visual clutter, visual noise, creates a very calming feel.
Right, calming.
Then, stone brings this organic dimension even into really sleek, modern interiors. The textured surfaces, they really foster this tangible sense of calm, of being grounded. And all those natural variations you mentioned, they create visual interest, but without making the space feel busy or chaotic.
That's absolutely spot on. There's a quote I love that kind of sums this up. Stone is where nature meets permanence. It doesn't just decorate a home, it roots it. You hear this from designers all the time. Their clients consistently say they feel more at ease, more centered in spaces that use natural elements, especially stone and rock. It feels like a fundamental shift, not just, a fad.
Okay, so to really help visualize this, let's talk specifics. How are designers actually bringing these elements indoors right now? Some really impactful ways. Let's start with something pretty unique. Pebble flooring.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, this is like a total spa-like touch. And it's a unique sensory experience, isn't it? It feels kind of therapeutic, but also invigorating underfoot, like a
Yeah.
gentle foot massage just walking around. You see it a lot in walk-in showers, wet rooms, obviously, bathroom floors, backsplashes too, even mudroom entries or maybe a meditation space. And practically speaking, it's got natural slip resistance. Plus, if it's sealed properly, it's actually pretty easy to clean.
That sensory part of pebble floors is really something else.
Hmm.
And talking about impact, nothing quite makes a statement like a stone wall.
Agreed. A statement stone wall. Instant focal point. No question. Think about like a feature wall behind a bed, or maybe a sofa. Fireplace surrounds, obviously. Entry foyers, stairwell accents. And you've got options, right? Sleek, slight for that modern feel. Irregular field stone if you want something more rustic, organic. Limestone for a neutral look, which actually works surprisingly well with minimalism. But I do hear people worry sometimes. Won't it feel too heavy, too dominant? What's your take on balancing that?
That's a really common concern, yeah. If a client's worried about it feeling overwhelming, a few things work. You can go for a lighter colored stone
Hmm.
or integrate some clever backlighting that can make the stone almost seem to float, which is quite cool. Turns it from just a solid mass into something a bit more ethereal.
Yeah.
Another trick is just balancing it out. Lots of soft textiles, warm woods, maybe even some reflective surfaces nearby. That keeps the room from feeling like a cave.
Okay, good tips. Now, if maybe a whole wall feels like too much, what about something subtler? Decorative river rock accents are great for this. These smooth, kind of water-polished stones, they bring in these gentle, organic curves, really nice in spaces that might feel a bit too angular otherwise. You could use them, say, around the base of a bathtub, or as borders along an indoor walkway, underneath floating vanities that look sharp, or even just piled in clear glass vessels as a simple tabletop accent. They create this sense of flow, movement, a nice natural counterpoint to hard lines.
And then we have to talk about the sort of crown jewel for many people.
Yeah.
Luxury marble, backsplashes, counters.
Ah, yes,
The
marble.
veining patterns are just, oh, they're incredible. They
Yeah.
create this movement and depth that, manufactured stuff just can't touch. Super popular for kitchen countertops, islands, bathroom vanities, shower walls.
Yeah.
Backsplashes, definitely. Even see it used for floating shelves now.
Yeah, and while the classic white marbles Carrara, with the soft gray veins, or Calicato with its bolder patterns, they're still really loved. But there seems to be growing interest in more dramatic choices too, right? Like that dark Nero Marquina, the black with white veins, or Verde Alpi, that rich green one.
Hmm.
But okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Practicality. People worry marble is too fussy. What's the real deal?
That's a huge point. And yeah, that misconception definitely puts people off. But honestly, with proper sealing and just, reasonable care, it's fine, especially honed finishes. Those are matte. They don't show water spots or etching quite like polished marble does.
Yeah.
They're absolutely suitable for busy areas like kitchens. Sure, it's porous. It can stain if you don't seal it or if you leave like red wine sitting on it for hours. But that's also part of its character, isn't it? Each slab is totally unique. Any little etch mark or patina it develops over time, it tells a story. It makes it an investment that actually ages beautifully.
That's really reassuring to hear. Okay, another application I find really powerful is creating those seamless indoor-outdoor transitions using stone.
Yeah, blurring the lines.
Exactly, using the same stone flooring, say, across the threshold. It visually just extends your living space, strengthens that connection to outside. Imagine flagstone floors flowing from the patio right into the sunroom. Or maybe stacked stone walls that appear on both sides of big glass doors. It really does blur the lines between the architecture and the landscape around it, makes the whole place feel bigger, more intentional, more connected.
It really transforms the feeling, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like the house is breathing with the outdoors,
Yeah.
not just sealed off from it.
Definitely. Now, for anyone listening who isn't quite ready for, tearing out floors or building walls, there are simpler ways in. Simple stone decor pieces are a really accessible entry point. Think agate bookends. Those layers are mesmerizing.
Beautiful.
Or onyx or marble serving boards, soapstone coasters, they have such a nice, smooth, almost velvety feel. Even just polished river rocks in a nice bowl. Or crystal geodes, those hollow rocks full of glittering crystals. Great sculptural pieces. These smaller things let you play with the color, the texture, the form, without a huge commitment. Quick tip, though. Grouping similar pieces tends to have more visual punch than scattering them randomly.
Good point. And here's something that might surprise people. Natural rock actually works incredibly well with minimalist design.
Right, you wouldn't necessarily think so.
Yeah. Many assume minimalism means stark, maybe cold. But stone offers that visual interest without adding clutter. So it's kind of perfect for clean lines, monochromatic palettes. A single, really striking piece, maybe a marble coffee table or a sculptural lamp base made of stone, can anchor a whole minimalist room.
So it grounds those open spaces, but without feeling heavy. Adds warmth to interiors that might feel a bit austere. Provides that lovely textural contrast against sleek surfaces. And the colors often complement minimalist schemes perfectly. The key, I guess, is choosing pieces with clean, simple shapes. Letting the material itself be the star. It's about that sort of quiet luxury, a thoughtful presence.
And if we want to talk about really enhancing the experience, lighting is absolutely crucial. Strategic lighting placement makes all the difference with natural stone. It's how you highlight that amazing dimensional texture, how you create dramatic shadows, reveal all those subtle color shifts within the stone. Think about, say, adjustable recessed lighting aimed at a stone accent wall, the way it looks during the day versus dramatically lit at night. Completely different. Powerful. The way light plays on natural facets and veins, you just don't get that with manufactured stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of enhancing, the pairing of plants with stone, it's just a natural fit, isn't it? It mirrors what you see outdoors. Soft green foliage against solid rock. Think trailing plants spilling over a stone ledge, or little succulents tucked in amongst decorative rocks. And it's worth remembering how natural light changes, too. Throughout the day, materials like marble, onyx, slate, quartzite, they'll look different in the morning light compared to the evening glow. adds another dynamic layer of beauty.
That constant, subtle change is part of the appeal.
So just to quickly wrap up the core benefits we've touched on, natural rock elements bring durability, right? Great for high traffic spots, wet areas. Incredible texture adds sensory interest, visual balance. Versatility works for rustic, modern, luxe, coastal, you name it. Sustainability is a big one, too often locally sourced, minimal processing compared to synthetics. And maybe the biggest, timelessness. It just never really goes out of style.
Which brings us back to that core appeal, doesn't it? Beyond the practical stuff, why does it resonate so deeply? It really is that connection to the earth. It transcends fleeting trends because these materials literally carry the imprint of geological time. Millions of years.
Yeah.
That inherent sense of permanence. It grounds our spaces, our homes, in a way that manufactured materials just can't. It makes them feel less like a purchase and more like an investment.
Yeah.
Something that actually grows more valuable, more meaningful the longer you live with it.
So what does this all boil down to for your home? Well, natural rock elements, they're clearly not just some passing trend for 2025. They offer real, authentic character, a tangible link back to the natural world, which feels increasingly important in our digital lives, and just this enduring beauty that makes a home feel truly grounded, intentional, and alive.
So maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. Consider how you might bring some of that profound sense of permanence, that connection to nature, into your own living space. It doesn't have to be a huge renovation. Maybe it's that statement wall, sure. But maybe it's just a simple, thoughtfully placed stone accent, a beautiful river rock on your desk perhaps. Just observe the subtle shift it brings, how your home feels, how you feel inhabiting it. It's an invitation, really, to slow down, connect with your environment.
That's it for this deep dive. We really hope this exploration inspires you to continue your own deep dives into the world around you.